What up, what up, what up? Hello, Detroit. This is your host, Keith Butler, with my co-host, Jeffrey Lowe.
What up, what up, what up?
Other co-host and sports analyst, Leland Stein.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to welcome you all to The Hook, another episode of our fun, crazy little podcast.
Welcome.
Today, we're here at the 6-0 studio, as always.
6-0.
It's another beautiful day in Detroit. It's October. It's getting a little chilly. But we still got golfers out there,
They're
like we
out there.
said last show.
They're hitting them.
Golfers golf.
Yeah, they golf, man.
Especially in the Midwest.
It doesn't
What's
matter.
a little 40? Put
When you get a day like today,
Let's
it's
go
a good
play.
golf day.
Hey, look,
In a minute, they're going to be full of snow.
You need snow to stop these jokers from coming out here.
That's
They
right.
got their long sleeves on, their long pants, the hats. Some of them might even have a little jacket on there, but it's the sun's out and the green is still frost and snow free, so they're gonna take advantage of it till
that's right.
they can't anymore.
But the green is still green. That's one thing.
That's what I
lovely.
just said, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
You just said that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I did.
Well, Jeff just
What am I
wanted-
drinking here?
Too much.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Too much. That's what you're drinking. Too much. So, hey, what's happening, Stein?
Hey.
How you feeling, man?
Well, to be honest,
What are you drinking?
I'm a little nervous. I'm kind of nervous
What you nervous?
because if we elect this clown,
Uh-oh.
then
Politics.
it's going to change
Politics.
the nation forever.
Well, he
And
was
that's what
already
scares
elected.
me
He was already
more than
elected
anything
once, and it
else.
didn't change the nation forever.
Oh, he came close
No,
to staying
it-
in power,
it
though.
stuck, yeah.
And it did change. They look at us
It
now.
did make some
We're
messes.
worse than we've ever been
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
as far as being collective and working together.
Oh, we're
they used to
divided.
work across lines. Was a badge of honor.
Yeah.
To be that guy could go over here, talk to them, get some votes here.
Mm-hmm.
When they knew there was a proposal that helped their constituents too. Republicans or Democrats would vote for it.
Right.
Now, with this clown in there,
He's divided
if
the
you
nation.
vote against him, then they attack you. So now you can't even vote on the bill. If you from North Carolina here and this ideal is really good and help your constituents, you can't vote yes if you're a Republican.
Well, one
Or
of the
Democrat,
things,
they
one
want.
of the things in his so-called bill 2025 that he has no idea about is he said, if people go against me and I win, I'm gonna get
He
revenge.
did say it.
He's gonna get revenge. What president says he's gonna get? That's a
know.
dictator.
Right.
That's a czar.
Well, look who he hangs out
That's not a
with.
president.
He hangs out with dictators. He hangs out with a guy from Korea, North Korea.
And wait. Hold on, back it up. In case y'all don't know who we're talking about, in case nobody's been following politics for the
Sometime
last
you
20
or whatever.
years, or the last 10, 15 years, we're talking about Donald Trump. Okay?
Right.
And I know you all know, but just in case some of you have no idea, we're speaking of Donald Trump.
And if you
Now,
don't want
Woodward, the great writer from the Washington Post, just did a book.
Yeah.
In the book, he documented a situation where he had talked to Putin a number of times outside his presidency.
right.
And had bragged
Trump-
about it.
Trump did? Oh, yeah.
He wasn't supposed to, really, like that. And then he lied and said he didn't do it. But then once it came out, like it is now,
Oh,
he really
right.
can't lie. It's in the book. And then, it's a good thing that we should be able to talk with each other and not, well, yeah, I guess that's true. We ought to be able to talk with each other. But when you're following, that's different. That's not just talking.
Well, now here's a rumor, and gossip and rumors. I don't know, they do a lot of harm. But I had a friend who said that behind every rumor there's some truth, and there was a rumor that Putin and the Russian government said that Trump was a great asset, and they could mold him to be a great Russian agent, Russian asset, and that was way before he even became president. I mean, when he was a younger man. So I wouldn't be surprised that happened, and that's why he's so close and easily and relates so easily to the Russian government.
Yeah, that's right. You're
Not
right.
only the Russian
when he
government,
went
the
bankrupt,
South Korean, North
all
Korean.
those
Like you said,
businesses,
where there's a dictator.
Right,
they
wherever
couldn't
there's a
get no
dictator.
money out of New York no more, and they got it from Ukraine and Russia and places like that. Helped them get a couple of dollars.
How many lawsuits are?
Oh my God!
I mean,
I don't know.
I didn't know.
lawsuits against
I mean,
women.
and you can run for president.
Business.
Now, just think if it was a black man with all those
makes
lawsuits.
sense.
Wouldn't happen. He'd be in
would-
jail already.
It would. Ain't no doubt about it.
He would have been in
absolutely
jail
That's
already.
real talk.
A black woman, anybody other than this clown would have been in jail already.
Right.
I think some white people would have been in jail.
Yeah.
It's something. I think he's got something on everybody.
Conspiracy.
He's got something on everybody because there's no reason why he should still be allowed to run for the highest office in the nation. You know, you gotta.
It's sickening.
And with his ideology, you gotta be kidding me.
Especially after insurrection.
What
how could
insurrection?
anybody
He had nothing to do
poo-poo
with the
that?
insurrection.
The capital of the United States was attacked.
That was a terrorist act.
People
was.
died.
That's treason.
Yes.
People
That's
died.
treason.
Now think about all our
That's treason, Jeff.
our allies,
Yeah.
not London, Germany, Canada, any of them have had their capital attacked, other than the U.S.
That's treason, Stein.
Yeah, but he's running for office again.
And the penalty for treason has always been what?
In other countries, it's the prison or death.
Death.
It's been here, death.
Yeah.
You know, I don't remember the name of those two, that husband and wife team that was convicted as Russian spies back, I think, in the 40s.
That was tough back then.
You know, and they were put to death for treason in the United States. So treason, I don't care what country you were in, the sentence was death. Attacking your capital is treasonous. Where's the penalty for this man? I'm not saying I want anybody murdered or killed, but if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for him. That's all I'm saying. Law is the law is the law. Don't flip the law for one person and maintain it for somebody else.
Yeah, I know, because he sat there and went down there a few blocks from the Capitol, said, I'll meet you there.
Right.
Yeah.
Said it.
Said it.
Encouraged them to go to the Capitol.
Exactly.
And
that's
then
exactly
turned
what he
around,
did.
went the other direction and watched it on TV. Now, how could anybody go along with this? You know, to me, even our white brothers and sisters is puzzling.
Well, some of them said, came to their senses and said, he tricked us, and they weren't following him anymore. Which it's about time. But the bottom line is that's a small number.
It is a small
There's
number.
still a large contingency of people who believe this man,
They do.
and it's because they want America back the way it was. You know, they're tired of the political correctness. They're tired of the equal opportunities. They're tired of,
DEI.
DEI.
Affirmative action.
They're tired of the
Lesbian.
real. They're tired of the real history of the
Anything
nation.
they're tired of that don't look like them. They redneck can just sit there and don't look like me. I don't
They're tired of the real history of the nation, of the contributions of black people and people of color and other minorities who have contributed to the growth and the development of this nation coming to the forefront. And now they're afraid because they are quickly becoming the minority. They're afraid that you, me, Jeff, and all our people are going to do to them what has always been done to us. And to make sure that doesn't happen, they got to get somebody in there who's going to make sure it doesn't happen.
And you're right. They scare people.
It's
You're
scare
exactly right.
tactics.
They just run scared. They don't run on the platform.
Well, that's
They
all.
go,
That's
"Oh,
all
she
this
let some
campaign
people
is
across
based
the
on.
border.
Yeah.
Scare
So
tactics.
better be scared of her. She weak.
Yeah.
She gonna get you killed.
And
she
dangerous,
Get your son killed.
like you said before,
Yeah,
dangerous.
She's weak and dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, so they throw that out there and they just keep running with the same nonsense. But I think this is the saddest part of all of it to me. Because, brother, you right on point, man. Why are people, in the face of obvious ability to get truth, why would they follow a guy like that? It just shows you the perverseness of power. People want to be in power. Because you would think
And
the
see,
other Republicans
that's a
would
good
be
point.
looking at this
And
and
you
like,
hit it.
we can't do this.
And you hit
like
it.
some of them have,
But you hit it on the nose.
but the ones that's still running for office is kissing his ass.
Yeah. But
And they know this ain't right.
but you said
Even
it.
for them, it ain't right.
But you said it. One word in your little synopsis here. Power. I don't want to lose my power to you. Because with power comes fame and wealth, control. If I lose my power, I'm likely to lose all of that.
Yeah.
And the United States, though it was built on the back of minorities,
Of course it was.
black folk,
Our ancestors.
Indians, Asians who came over and built the railroads, and everybody else, we don't get the credit for it. White men get the credit for it. I mean, granted, it may have been their ideal, and all, but they needed somebody to put that ideal, bring it to
But
life.
see, you're right.
And they're
the
afraid to
ruling
lose their
party-
power. They're afraid to lose the power.
The ruling power gets to dictate history. because they're going to give us the history books based on their viewpoint.
Right.
And that's why we can't get out of this mess we in,
that's
especially black
why-
folks.
Based on their.
Yeah, because the
That's
history
why
books and everything is based on their conception of what it's like.
That's why every time
And that's why we lose so many of our young black brothers too, because they ain't really in school and following everything. Then they're subject to more images and things that they're seeing as being their guideline. You know, and so that's why we have a little problem with the youngins, because they just looking at culture. So, you know, we tough. I ain't never scared.
Gangster.
And we got a
Thug
woman here, and she weak. You know, letting them across the border. See, they see that nonsense and listen to it. You up here in Michigan, what you worry about someone coming from the border for anyway? It ain't really all like,
Well,
it ain't the end of the world.
You know, once they cross the border, there's no stopping them. But the thing that kills me and what always tickles me to my core and bothers me is how they say we're letting Kamala's letting all these illegal aliens. Tell me one culture, one race outside of the Native Americans that's not an illegal alien in this country. Tell me one.
Because everybody's from somewhere else.
Everybody's from somewhere
Well,
else.
you hear
At
them
some
say,
point-
well, we did
at
it the
some
right
point,
way.
You were a
We
freaking illegal
figured the
alien.
paper
At
right.
some point, you weren't born here.
White man.
Your people weren't born here.
At some point.
At some point, they came
you were
over.
from somewhere else.
Well, let's not forget what
Sent
Trump
from
said
England,
about some
sent from Australia,
African
but your ass was
countries.
from somewhere else.
Called them shithole countries.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Let's not forget how he really feels about the minority population of the world.
Well, let's not forget how he feels about America, period. When he says if Kamala Harris becomes president, the United States is going to end up looking like Detroit. And that asshole I'm sorry, Stan, he had the audacity to say that in Detroit.
In Detroit.
That if
I
she
think it
gets
slipped out his
elected,
mouth. He
the
just don't know
nation
no
is going
better.
to look like Detroit. You better hope it look like Detroit.
No kidding.
Whoever brought him to Detroit, we need to find out who did that.
No, what we need to
we're
find
like, why did we get him as the keynote
But
speaker
wait, what we
for
need
the
to find
Detroit
out, Jeff-
Economic Chamber or whatever it was?
We need to find
Well,
out
that was
who
good.
who brought that
They
naked
got the
43-foot statue of Donald Trump to Detroit from Phoenix. That's what we need to find
hanging from a crane.
in Lincoln Street Park. We need to find out who brought that here.
Actually naked, too.
Showing his ding dong and everything
I know,
else. yo.
man.
That is hilarious.
It's all shriveled up like a pig.
It looked like a pig curled all up.
Yeah, curled up.
Oh my, Jeff! When you showed me that, I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man.
Looking like a pig's, man. I'm
We
like,
got a 43. I don't know if it's still here.
I don't know either.
But it made it stop. It's on tour, people, because it went from Phoenix, Central Park in Phoenix, to Lincoln Street Park here in Detroit, Michigan.
If you're on the east side, Lincoln Street Park, you know where it is.
But the sad part
43
is,
feet,
none of this stuff
6,000
stick with
pounds.
this
And
guy.
no one
He's
claimed-
the true Teflon man.
No one claimed it either. No
Nothing
one.
sticks with
Would you
Trump.
claim it?
No, hell
nothing
no.
sticks on.
It's amazing.
But now, you
No
know,
matter what he does, his base is like,
That's why-
I believe him.
that's why we have got to make
That,
sure
that scares me. That more than anything. I ain't never seen this idolatry.
But that's why
in
we got to make sure
relation to
everybody gets out and vote.
politics.
Because
Right.
if he gets
Yes,
in, it's
right.
going to be a total dictatorship.
Yes, it will be.
Revenge will be taken on people.
Yes, it will.
I know Pence is worried. I know
Mm-hmm.
Pelosi's worried. I know everybody's worried. Because anybody who goes against this man, he's like a kid. I don't forget. I'm going to pay you back. You did me wrong, I'm going to do you wrong. You know, I mean, think about how.
How does somebody
think about how
continue
he,
to be in power like
Listen,
that?
think
It's
about
the
how-
most retarded thing in the history.
Think about how many people he's hired
Yeah.
and then say, oh, they're the greatest. And then 5 minutes later, because they don't agree with him,
Right.
he
Out the
carries
door.
them and talks about they ain't worth crap. You know, this guy is dizzy as hell.
And then these television ads you see
Oh,
are freaking hilarious.
I know the one you about to talk about.
It's just it just drives me crazy.
Well, say it, because you got to say it.
Yeah, well,
Because it's one on my
No,
mind. I'm
you
gonna
gotta
forget you'll
see
say it
his
quickly.
shit.
Tell him about it.
Well, it's about Kamala with the gay prisoners and everything. With
Those pictures of her standing next to a 7 foot, you know,
I know, it's like,
transvestite.
it's almost
Right.
like she's spending a whole budget on gay people.
Yeah,
Stop
like that's
it.
all she's doing. Like
Just
that's all
stop
she's
it.
doing. She's not helping anybody else, just transvestites and homosexuals. But so what?
in
I mean,
prison on
tell
top
me,
of that.
tell me one person in the United States, in the world, who doesn't
He
know
scares our
somebody
ignorant brothers and
who's
sisters, white
who's
or
gay.
black.
Tell me
It's
somebody who doesn't know.
single
You know somebody's gay.
Yeah, of course.
I know somebody's gay. We got gay people in our families.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? You don't want to help them survive? Get over yourselves.
I know, it's retarded.
Get over yourselves.
You know, to me, I just don't give two farts about what nobody else do.
Me either.
I've been married 42 years. Why? If
Wait.
that makes them happy, I know a gazillion friends
wait.
of mine
Hey, Jeff.
that was man and woman relationships, and they got divorced.
Look, Jeff, he was married 43 years. This is a case for mental health. His wife needs to be checked out. She stayed with him for 43 years.
43 years.
That's the case for mental health
Margaret.
examination.
That's because she loves me.
She must be a good one.
And I'm a good man.
Yeah, I know you're a good brother. I'm just joking with you.
No, I know,
Stein.
I'm just kidding.
Hold on.
No, but she good.
My
too.
wife didn't stay with me but 12. She said, I'm out of here.
Let me see. How many years
He
was I
said, I
married?
can't take it no more.
couldn't
Jeff
take
couldn't even make it 3 years.
4 years.
4. He was such a bully.
3 years with her. 1 year. I
Jeff
can't
wasn't no
remember.
bully. I can't imagine Jeff bullying.
Nah, I was a softie.
No, he wasn't. He just was acting like he was still single, though.
Well, that may be the case.
But a lot of us do
Sometimes.
that. If we can make it through that little part there without being too stupid,
Yeah.
doing nothing real stupid, you got a shot.
Yeah.
But a lot of people
But
mess
43
up.
years,
you
that's
know.
a hell of a time. That's
It is
a
an
hell of a
all-time
run,
second
man.
thought. Golly.
Congratulations.
I commend you. Yes.
Yeah, I commend you too. Because
long-
most of us,
How many children?
3,
How many
Most of-
grandkids?
7 boys.
listen, most of us can't make, like you said, 5 years. You did 43.
It's weird.
And counting.
something. Yeah.
I'm glad I got her now because she a nurse, a registered nurse.
Yeah,
too.
you need all
And my
your-
old
all-
butt. I need a lot of taking care of.
All your meds and everything. She make sure you take it. But you know what? I mean,
Right. Did you take your meds?
I'm taking my meds.
but you know, we gotta, and that's a good thing. I mean, you know, my friend, she kids on me. But did you take your meds? Yeah, I took them, girl. I took them. And also, you know, she keeps me in line too. But you know, we do need to make sure, you know, getting back on the subject, on the topic, that we make the right decision. I'm not telling people who to vote for, and I'm just saying go out and vote. Because a lot of people are going to say, oh, I don't like her, I don't like him, and they're just not going to vote. And in a lot of cases, that's just a vote.
Yeah, for somebody
For
else.
the opposing party.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
it
vote
is.
for the opposing party. Now, what we need to do is we need to consider. I mean, I hate to say it, but what's the lesser of the two evils? And I
No, well,
know.
don't be scared. You hate to say that. It's real.
Yeah, but see, that's
But
the
wait a minute,
problem.
wait,
We
we're
always
gonna
look
put
at
in a
that.
dictator,
But we always-
authoritarian?
Yeah, but we always look at it as being the lesser of two evils. Why couldn't it be this guy's just crazy and this guy is okay? You know, and that's what I'm thinking.
But as black
think
men,
Kamala
all three of us are black men. What is wrong with us supporting this black woman?
Nothing.
As
It's
president.
heartbreaking.
But
Nothing.
I've heard that a lot of brothers are not going to support her, and that's disappointing.
Yes.
That's really
I mean,
disappointing.
it took
'Cause-
a former president, President Obama,
Oh, he came out. He
to come to
adamant.
Detroit. He came. He didn't come. He came to Detroit, and he was talking about black men supporting Kamala. I'm like, wow, that's
Because, you know, men had this testosterone thing going, especially ignorant young ones. That's, I didn't mean to call everybody ignorant. Not
No, well-
everybody. But when you don't know, you don't know. I'm only saying you're ignorant to certain political realities. You just know what you know.
Okay, well, let's call it a spade a spade. If you vote for Donald Trump, you flat out ignorant. If you black,
thank you.
If you black, Mexican, or woman, and you vote for Donald
Give me a
Trump,
high
I
five
don't
on
need to give you that, but you downright ignorant. Because he don't care about you
No, he
or
don't care
anybody
about you.
else. His campaign ads against Kamala Harris are, you know, she's supporting
They're so
transvestites.
disrespectful.
Her,
He called her
she's
ignorant.
about the border
and dumb.
and she's a bad border czar.
Oh, my
okay,
God.
heck, you had a border agenda and you didn't do anything with it,
right.
and you act like
The same damn border.
same damn
Well, yes,
border.
the same. Yes, y'all gonna make me drink now.
No, you might as well Jeff drinking up everything else. You might as well get some while you can. Shit, go and sip some of that Patron. I got a story.
Oh, shit.
When
Man, you gonna empty out the bottle?
you
I
should
thought
have
it was
just
the end. I didn't know
you
it was
just took that from the neck,
Yeah,
man.
might as well take that from the head, brother.
Golly, I
It
ain't
wasn't that much left. Might as well finish that off. Just tip it up at the head. like an old jug over your shoulder.
I'm not capable. I'm an old warrior.
But yeah, man,
I
I
ain't
mean,
very good.
we have really got to quit with our division,
Yes.
our racial division, our civil divisions, and it's about when do we stop doing things just for me as a political party and start doing things for everybody.
And then when you talk about the division, Trump just
He's a
they
major
might have
divider.
took one of this ad off, but he had a white man ad. Where the white boys were saying, "Oh, they forgot about me." It's all white men.
Mm-hmm.
They forgot about me. I went to school. I did this, and they putting in people that ain't better than me. It's one of them ain't better than me, angry white men video.
Because now they're getting a
Did
taste.
you see it? I mean,
haven't
really?
seen that one, but they're getting
I
a
swear to
taste.
God,
They're
they
getting
really-
a
I haven't
taste
seen
of
that.
what black people have gone through.
But they
I'm
ain't.
better than you are, but I'm not getting a job because you're white. Now,
Okay,
black.
now, wait.
And this is one about what was it?
In corporate
Slauson?
America, we ain't
Slauson?
2%. So ain't nobody taking all their jobs. So
It
stop.
didn't matter. It didn't matter. They didn't want the 2% to get in.
No, that's true.
You
man.
know, but you see that one with Slauson where the guy's talking about she's voting against white farmers because they're white. She's a white woman,
Right.
You know, come on. She's voting. She's not supporting them because they're white
He
farmers.
sure did
What
do that.
stupid? It's all scare
It's a
tactics.
scare tactic.
If I can scare you in thinking that they're gonna do you wrong, then I'm the guy for you. Even though I could give a flying about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all I'm trying to do, all Trump is trying to do is keep his ass out of jail. And as soon as he doesn't win this, if he doesn't win
Yeah, he
this
gonna
election,
repeal all them.
everything's gonna hit him.
Yeah.
Everything.
But
'cause
if
it's
he
free,
get
man.
in, he gonna stop everything.
Oh yeah, he will. He will. Because we don't want to. We don't want
That's the
to.
only reason why he's running. He's only running
That's
to
the only
stay out of
reason.
jail.
That's the only reason.
Because he don't get too fussed about the
That's the only
government
reason,
and
Stein.
politics and none of that nonsense.
That's the only
He
reason
never
running.
cared about any of it. He didn't read none of the briefs when he was in office before.
No.
He's notorious for that. I mean, it's like, remember his chief of staff?
People,
His,
everybody
His
mad.
vice
at him.
president.
We all
his
mad.
vice
They
president.
all turned on him.
They all everybody.
Because he's stupid as a.
So, again, this European culture of idolatry that seems to have
Hold on.
regenerated itself.
I gotta look that up. What was that word?
What
again?
they've always had
Idolatry.
kings,
Idolatry.
idolatry.
Oh,
Break
idolatry.
it down. What does that mean?
That means like you idolize something, and then
Oh,
you
okay.
stand there. And you
Idolatry.
Idolatry.
Okay.
Idolatry.
Idolatry.
Just for our listening audience. I know. Our
But
listening
anyway, the
audience.
Europeans always had the
We all
kings and the
educated, too.
queens, right? Haven't they? Think about it. The dictators, right? So that culture, we thought that dissipated when it came here, but Trump has found it. Somehow he's found that culture of idolatry. And that's why you haven't seen a president sell when he so-called got
Bible.
shot in his ear.
Gym shoes.
No,
Gym
he had a
shoes.
T-shirt.
A T-shirt.
with
T-shirt.
His fist up with a little blood on his ear. Now, come on, stop it now.
But-
That's a hacker.
But you know that.
He's hawking,
but
man.
we all know that Donald Trump
That's
is not a
incredible. How you do
politician.
that?
What is Donald Trump?
A salesman.
He's a salesman. He's a TV. He's an actor. He's a
He's
TV
an entertainer.
personality.
Right.
He's a TV personality. He's a so-called
Right.
businessman, but he's a
He's
TV
a horrible
personality.
businessman.
So he understands the power of the media.
Right.
That he does.
You know, so he's manipulating the hell out of the media.
He has.
The more you see him, the more you remember him. The more you hear him, the more you think about him.
true.
The more his name is said, the more it sticks in your head.
Uh-huh.
That's one of the problems that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have. They're not getting out there.
No,
You're
not
not
like
hearing their names. They're voicing, not seeing them like you see Trump and Vance. Trump and Vance are everywhere.
No,
Right.
You know,
they
name
everywhere, too.
recognition,
They're all
name
just out there.
name recognition,
They
and
get to-
image
we
is
talk
no
about
joke.
them more
Right.
'cause they
Yeah,
saying
I totally
dumb
agree.
stuff.
And we're in the final stretch right now.
Yeah, we were 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. And you know, Kamala was just on what was that? The Breakfast Club show.
Yeah, she's been on everything.
Well,
View.
not everything,
No,
but
yes, she had more than him.
No,
He's
no,
just
not
going
more
this
than
stupid
him.
ra- Oh, no, she
He's
had-
everywhere.
No, he's not. He ain't been on TV like that. He's just doing this little
He's
stupid rally.
always on TV, doing these little dumb rallies
No,
and
they're
stuff
not,
like
it's
that.
not on TV. Those are clips. But the point is she's been
Well,
doing
somebody's covering
going
it.
in studios.
How you
and
gonna
really
get a
doing
clip
some
if they
work.
don't cover it?
Yeah, because they will cover everything. Everybody.
Well, that's what I'm saying. His face is always.
But his
flashes
is
on the
seen
camera.
more because his statements are more outlandish. And people are showing it to say, hey, look at this retarded thing he just did.
Who you
You
talking
see
about? Not
Trump.
those clowns at the rally.
Yeah, well,
Those
not
clowns
as
at the
clowns.
rally saying, "Listen to that greatness he's spilling."
Right.
His rallies are like that. It's just,
Of course, his rallies are getting smaller.
well, they
and
small.
smaller.
and smaller.
Yeah.
But
This is the same old tired lie.
let him tell it. They're the biggest thing that ever happened.
Well, that's the only thing that comes out of his word. It's
Right.
the biggest and the best.
the biggest and the best.
Yes.
And he's the greatest.
Yeah, I'm the greatest.
You know,
It's the biggest. It's the
But
best.
but you
Don't
have to
believe the hype.
You have to give it to him. He uses keywords like you said,
Yeah.
fear
Yeah.
and warnings and
Yeah,
danger,
he does.
greatness, biggest, largest.
Patriot, comrade.
Yeah,
all that
he
old
uses
bullshit.
he uses
you know?
good keywords
Yeah, they got
that
it
plant
down
in
good.
your head, and you can sit there and think about that stuff.
Right.
So when you see him a lot, when you hear him a lot, yeah, it's like think about it. I ran for city council years ago, and no, well, I'll take that back. Keith Butler, the Reverend Keith Butler ran for city council, and my father used to be a pretty big minister here in Detroit. Coleman Young, first black mayor of the city of Detroit, was in his congregation, and my father was his spiritual advisor.
Okay.
So when Reverend Keith Butler from Word of Faith ran for city council, a lot of people voted for him because they thought it was me, my dad's son. So my father was getting calls saying, "Hey man, I hear your son's running. I'm voting for him." And my dad's like, "No, don't vote for him. That's not my son." But I brought that story up to say that name recognition is very, very powerful. People didn't. When I campaigned for city council some years later, and the crazy thing was people knew the name, but they didn't know who I was. I'd go up and they said, "Oh yeah, I go to Word of Faith." I said, "So then I'm not your minister." So it wasn't so much just the visual, but the name. People who went to his church didn't even know I wasn't their minister. But they
that's
were
a good
voting on
point.
the name. So Trump is splattered everywhere.
Yeah. But you know something? It could only have happened in the time frame that it just happened because the internet and its information system has exploded,
Yep.
and there are no guardrails between truth and lies. So, and then you complicate that with, I ain't gonna say that all the people that put these social media, they was thinking craziness. I kind of get it. They had the algorithm. Like I go to Black History sites, I go to this site. So if I'm looking through Facebook or anything, it'll show me recommend sites like that for me to see. Well,
Related,
unfortunately, if you're spewing hate and you went in those sites, you're going to get more of that.
Right.
It's going to come to you, and you're going to see a lot of it. So people that aren't really, which I'd say a little bit more than a third or more of Americans ain't really reading as much to
Probably
get the
more than
information. And they just have the information given to them.
Right.
By
Especially
listening,
like you said, if you're
rallies,
depending on the internet
So,
for your information.
so the biggest dilemma.
That's the majority of how people get the majority of people
Right, but
get
what-
their information.
but what he's saying
is like
that-
via
Well, the
internet.
biggest dilemma in the world right now is how do we bridge that gap between the lies
And the truth.
Now, I thought,
Good luck.
to me, like if you're going to do political campaign ads, they shouldn't be able to lie.
But
Either
the-
side.
but see,
they
Scott-
should be able to
Scott-
put those ads, let's say, on national TV.
But
now, you can
Scott-
do it on the internet, but not national TV.
But
you
that's
shouldn't
the
be able
problem.
to put a but they go free speech.
That's
so
what-
we
there
stuck
you go.
in this circle,
Free
and we
speech-
can't get back to the truth.
Free speech
The
and
truth
finance.
just gets lost.
Free speech and
And
finance.
they're going to take that money.
And you have the
You're going
right.
to pay an ad? Give me the money.
You have the right to say whatever you want to say
That's
if you're
right.
going to pay me for it.
That's right.
And
Right.
the bottom, like you're saying about putting lies on,
Right.
who's to say that I think it's a lie?
If sometimes facts, there's some facts.
You know-
2 + 2 is 4. It's going to be a fact.
But you gotta have
there are
facts.
some
If
facts.
you
have to
say
have
2
fact
+ 2 is
checkers.
5 long enough, somebody's going to believe you.
Well, that might
whether
be
it's true or not.
But that's what the internet
And if you
comes
can
in.
put that out there and
When you
flood
keep seeing it,
if you can flood it,
well, that's
if you
what
can,
they've done.
so
But
people
who are
would believe 2 + 2 is
the
5.
fact
Has been the
checkers?
vehicle to
Who
do
are
it.
the fact checkers though? You gotta
Well,
have
ain't no fact checkers
There
on
are
the
none.
internet.
Right.
Nobody's going to do that. And
Not on
nobody's
the
got time
When I
internet.
for it.
first started writing, if I wrote anything controversial with the Black Voice
Man, that was
News,
back in 1960.
what
man.
I'm saying, I had to
You
have
had
it
to
recorded,
check. You had to have facts
or I had
then.
to have a notebook with the date on it, and then I wrote it down.
Yes.
You know, I ain't putting this in here without something. But nowadays, it's at a whole nother level. You know, especially, I don't know how you fix it.
I don't
Because you
either, man.
can't fix
The
the internet
bottom,
is unfixable.
the bottom line.
But the only way it can
always
happen
say,
is if the government of the United States of America say, okay, if we're going to run political ads, then we can look and say, well, then if you did, if you
We'll fine you
if you
for-
were the border czar,
untruth.
yeah, we can't run them.
Mm-hmm.
Period. But Butler said, oh, the money.
but it's
Ain't
also,
nobody's turning down that money.
and
No,
also,
nobody's turning down the
nobody's
money.
going to take, like you guys said,
But you don't want to
nobody's
get no
gonna-
war like what's true and what's false with
but you
somebody.
but both you guys said nobody's going to take the time to fact check all that stuff.
Right.
No, hell
Who's
no.
going to do it?
But if you
You know,
fact
you got
check,
to pay. I got to pay you $1 million to
Well,
fact
that's what
check.
we doing.
You him $1 million to fact. I'm not doing that.
but if you fact check them and you determine and it's determined that that's not the truth, and this person lied about whatever subject they're talking about, you can implement a fine of something of some sort, no matter what media it's
But
on.
you know the dangerous
Well, what
thing
about the
it?
debate? They said he lied about 150 times that debate.
Well, that's a different story.
So
Now,
how we supposed
that's
to deal
coming out
with
his
that?
mouth, and you're like, yeah.
So what's the point of debating if he's going to lie?
Because he got his face on public TV.
Well,
People
I'm saying
saw him,
her
and
or us. What?
it doesn't matter. He needs to be seen. He needs to
Well,
stand
of
up
course
there and
but
look
you see,
strong.
he ain't going back for a
and
second debate.
Well, no,
No.
but he look like a total idiot, and they're not going to
Right.
let him do it. But the bottom line was he needed to get out there and say, I'm still strong, whether I'm telling the truth or not.
Look.
And like I always say, there are 3 sides to every story: your side, my side, and the truth.
Look,
And
he-
we're never going to get to the truth.
he had
We
a
used to get there better.
Look,
And
look,
that's why America's
Stein.
where it is now.
This guy had an event
But
the
we're
other
going
just the
backwards.
other day. For 30 freaking minutes, he stood on stage and
lied.
just danced. He didn't even say anything.
Ooh. Trump did that? When
Yes.
Was that? When was that?
This was yesterday.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. All he did was
Well, how come we ain't talking about Trump's age? Trump never made the Biden campaign about his age.
right.
Yeah.
Now, he would be the oldest president in American history.
Yep.
So maybe he's an old, retarded son of a gun.
He is
too.
an old retired son of a gun.
He's the old man in the presidential race
No
now.
lie.
And
We
that's
should be
exactly,
playing
that's
that.
exactly why he's not
Do him
debating.
like they did Biden.
That's
That's why-
exactly
that's why
why.
Biden
That's
had to
exactly
go.
why he's not debating Kamala.
Because he looked old.
Kamala.
Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala, man.
I'm
What the
sorry.
fuck?
I
I mean,
found
excuse
old.
me.
Damn.
Hey, man.
He kind of
sorry.
deserved that.
I'm
one.
sorry. I'm
Excuse
sorry,
me,
Madam
We've been
President.
working with him for what now? He can't
See,
get it
Kamala
right.
left.
Kamala. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Kamala.
Kamala. I'm very sorry.
Like, you know, I went to the store,
He
comma.
ain't sorry. He is old
I went to the
girlfriend
store,
now.
comma. Then I
Love.
went to
From Wiley, Texas.
I went to
yeah. And you know, I was just watching the
Kamala.
the great debaters,
great-
baby.
Well, you weren't one of the great debaters.
No, I was not
you
one of the
you
great
didn't even did you graduate from Wiley?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
did
sorry.
graduate from
Go
Wiley.
ahead, Jeff.
Gone with the bad.
Had a lot of help.
HBCU.
Had a lot of help.
Well, we all did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody
definitely
here
had a
except
lot
for
of
Stein went to an HBCU. Everybody but Stein. But Stein did okay. So. But,
We
you know,
was HBCU in our own way.
Huh?
We was together, man, because we didn't get no love nowhere else.
But you
We couldn't
were
be on the
HB
Pan Atlantic Council. We couldn't write for the paper up back there.
did y'all have
None
a
of that stuff.
fraternity?
Yeah, we had fraternity.
And y'all weren't on the Panhandle Council?
No, we fought for that when I was there. We finally got in.
At Wayne?
No, at Michigan State.
At Michigan?
Yeah, Michigan State. When I went there
MSU.
in '73,
Go green, go.
Racist
we
mofo.
weren't.
Go white.
I swear, I know it's a trip. That's got truth though.
In the 70s, y'all
In the
weren't on the
70s.
Panhandle.
No,
How the heck did that happen? Okay, that's another show. That's another show, y'all. That's a whole
we
nother
were,
show.
We were fighting. We had to.
You know.
We had to go stand in like a stand-in in the student union to bring attention to that. So we get on because getting on the panel in the council allows you to do the homecoming parades and this. You know, to be involved in the school whole thing.
All right, y'all. That's for a show story for another time. But we'd like to thank you all. I'd like to thank my co-host Jeff Lowe and my other co-host Leland Stein. We want to thank you all for listening to The Hook again. We hope you had a good time. We always have a good time bringing it to you.
Vote.
It's our opinion.
Vote.
It's not always factual,
Vote.
but this is how we think. But remember, vote, vote, vote.
Please.
We'll talk to you all later. Have a good time.
Don't vote. You got nothing to say.
Harris.
Gotta vote.